from the folks who brought you The Hunt for the Wilder People and Jojo Rabbit, directed by Rachel House, is The Mountain. This is a New Zealand film from 2024 that is just hitting American shores, and it is worth going to check out. This is a kid film, a family film. I don't know what you would call it. It's a film about kids, focused on kids, but as a grown-up seeing this film, sadly the only person in the theater, I really enjoyed this. This is one of those films I put into the category of family film, in that it's not a film that the parents have to kind of endure with a kid, and it's really going to be something the kid enjoys. I think any age can enjoy this. It's just told from a kid point of view with a very whimsical kid mental aspect, a very whimsical kid outlook on what's going on in it. So, story goes a little something like this. Not going to tell you the whole story. Is young woman, cancer patient in a rural New Zealand hospital, decides that her mountain, the mountain that she can see, this major mountain nearby that she sees on her walls and posters and drawings, that mountain is a spiritual entity that will heal her. So she is setting off on an expedition to climb the mountain, and the mountain will take her cancer away, and she will be free from pain and disease and be able to continue a long, productive life. Along the way, she picks up a small band of fellow oddballs, shall we say, who a little boy whose mother has passed away, who lives somewhere with no friends and is trying to build his confidence to be a cool dude, and a young Maori boy who his next door neighbor or across the street neighbor whose father is a local cop, who feels like his father doesn't care about him, and he is going to uphold the proud Maori warrior tradition. And so he speaks in a lot of poetic lines in Maori language, which they subtitle. And occasionally he'll just throw a Maori word in there, so they'll subtitle the whole thing, but they'll put that word in yellow, which is kind of interesting. It's an interesting way to tackle it. And this trio, this heroic trio, as it were, goes to take on this adventure and follow her map. And she's always speaking in these very grandiose, profound warrior kind of terms and spiritual terms. And they at first think it's a little weird, but they're just like, hey, let's go. This is an adventure. We're all trying to run away from what our lives are. Let's be part of something bigger and do something profound and help this girl who clearly has more willpower than she does physical ability to get this thing done. And even if it doesn't really magically heal her, maybe it'll heal something inside her and she'll be able to carry on, which is a lot heavier than this movie is for the most part. It does get heavy at times because it's a child with cancer, but for the most part, it's very funny, it's very whimsical, and just it's a lot of fun to watch. And the characters are fun and funny and light. The father of the lonely boy is a lonely man himself, and very fragile, and it's very entertaining. I have not seen Hunt for the Wilder People. I always wanted to. I presume that this is vaguely similar to that because it is about kids in the woods on a quest, which I think is what that movie was about. And I believe Jojo Rabbit featured woods at some point as well. Anyway, The Mountain, strong cast, really strong kid cast who I haven't seen in anything else. Elizabeth Atkinson plays Sam, who is the child with cancer. Reuben Francis is Mallory, who's the little boy who's lonely, and we are introduced to him in his t-shirt in his bedroom, rocking out to Born to Be Wild. And Terence Daniel is Bronco, who is the young Maori boy who takes no junk from anybody and wants to continue the proud traditions of his people. This is very accessible to anybody who would watch it. And now, if you don't know what Maori is, those are the native people of New Zealand, the what do you call it? Indigenous people of New Zealand, and beyond that, they kind of explain it. Some of the accents are a little thick occasionally. Bronco's accent can be kind of thick, but they subtitle him a lot. And overall, it's just very fun, and it's a movie that you could go to as an adult and not have to go in a trench coat and in shades like you're a 60s spy. It's just, be proud. It's a good movie. It's just a shame that it hadn't really got a heck of a lot of promotion. And again, I was the only person there. I hadn't heard of it until I saw it on the list for the movies that were playing that day. And I hope people are willing to take a chance on this because it's good. I mean, it'll live a life streaming, and it'll probably pop up as an automatic suggestion when anything from Jojo Rabbit to Thor Ragnarok to to Wilder People pops up. But if you like Stand By Me, sort of reminiscent of Stand By Me, but not as heavy. And if you like movies where kids have active fantasy lives that get them by and are very entertaining, then The Mountain might be the film for you. Now, if you try to look this up, there have been like 100 movies called The Mountain, and this is the one from released, I think, in New Zealand in 2024, hitting U.S. shores in 2026. I say it's worth checking out. Climb the mountain.